All right, I'm out at First Baptist Church in Enumclaw, and I'm looking at this gravel lot here. I'm on the north end of Enumclaw as you go out of town on State Route 169, and there's been a couple prices been put together out here to pave this gravel lot. Right now, roughly, it's about 115 foot from here to here. So from here to right about the front of that car, right behind the right at the back end of that car, it's about 115 feet by 225 feet all the way down. And then you've got, you know, this driveway approach here, driveway approach down there, and then where all those cars are, you've got roughly about a 20 foot by, let's see, 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. So let's see, what does that come to? About 200 feet, almost like 118 feet by 20 feet right there. Okay, so this lot has been graveled over. Like, there's quite a few layers of crushed rock, and there's been different size gravel in here. I'd say this is probably 5/8 on some of it, and then looks like you've got almost 1 inch, 3/4 inch gravel in here and put in here. Quick rundown on this. So you've got the gravel that slopes down here off the parking lot here, and it partially is due to, you know, layers of gravel. Then you've got this end right here, which is kind of the high side of the lot. High side here starts to taper down there into that ditch where you've got a sewer main over there, and then you've got a fire hydrant over there. I'm just kind of giving you some particulars around here. And then what happens is you've got a low side here, so it crowns here and it starts to fall down into this drive aisle. The water typically will travel from this area on the south side of the property and here, and it'll make its way down through this area right here. You can see how it's stained a little bit, and this is the path of travel that the water flows down this way and goes all the way to the end of the property here, and then makes its way along the bark there to the back of the property, and then it drains into this drain field that has, like, I don't know, I think 8 feet deep is what he said they dug down to, about 8 feet deep, and put a bunch of rock in it so that the water would travel through that quarry rock and into the drain field. So on an aerial map, I'm going to draw it up here, but there's going to be an imaginary line. There'll be a line right before the gate and right along this landscaping, and then it goes back and then along the sidewalk all the way down to the landscaping again, and then follows the landscaping. Let's see here. Actually, it goes back around the corner, and there's about let's see, about 5 feet of landscaping in front of the fence. Goes all the way that way. So that's the whole area that needs to be paved. All of this straight line over to the sidewalk, all the way down around the sidewalk, and then 5 feet in front of the fence, all the way to the edge of the gravel. Okay, so that dimensions I gave you earlier of about 114 by 225, that's on the low end, because I didn't include any measurements on the entrances, and I didn't include all these parking stalls. Okay, so here's the water that travels to the north end. High sides right here, all travels down this way, flows downward down this trench, and then goes out into the field and drops down into buried quarry rock, and then takes you over to that ditch that's buried with all those shrubs there. That's the drain field. Okay, things we need to figure out are the drainage on here. It's obviously well over 2,000 square feet, and I don't know what the city of Enumclaw is going to require if we're going to need a drainage review, but we're talking about the possibility of needing drains put in. And where do we put the drains? You know, if we put them in along the drive aisles, that's great, but do we tie them in out to the city? Sewer that's out there, that's a question I need to talk to the team about. But for right now, this is the information that I have on this lot. For staging purposes, we can park on the back side of that gate. There's plenty of room there. There's like about 100 feet to put equipment there. He's gonna stripe it. We don't need to stripe it. So all we have to worry about is putting paving in. 2 inches of asphalt. So we need to come up with a game plan. He's gonna take it to the board and see if they want to do this, and there's a potential that it could go through the winter time, or we might do it during the springtime. Probably seems more realistic when the weather gets a little warmer. But we're going to be the third price that he's collected, and hopefully we can come up with a good game plan. If there's drainage involved, we need to separate out the drainage on a different line item. Do the asphalt price on one, and then do drainage requirements on another. Okay, any other questions, let me know.